This video is brought to you by eToro. Now, you may have seen that eToro sponsor a number of Premier League clubs. Now, if you don't have time to invest, you can use eToro's CopyTrader feature, copy top performing investors, so when they make a trade, you make the same trade automatically at no additional cost. Then click the link in the description and get on it right now. AFTV, James, a much needed point, I suppose you could say, against a high-flying Southampton. Normally it'd be the other way round. You probably hear Southampton fans saying, oh, much needed, but 10 men, you're thinking that you are thinking the worst.
Yes, when that red happened, I mean, let's talk about that for a sec. I mean, what is wrong with this club? I mean, I suppose what makes it better is that
How many red cards is that this season?
Well, all I know is it's 7 in 12 months. That must be 3 this season, I think. At least, if there's any slight consolation, at least it was because he was trying to get stuck in and win the ball and play football.
I think he was trying too much to get stuck into
it wasn't a head or a headbutt, and it wasn't a hand around the neck. So, but you could see Gabriel was struggling all day. Actually, it was probably his worst performance. I can let him off it because he's been very good. He's been a rock. But what you don't want is your better players sinking down to that level. You want everyone else rising up to theirs. So, yes, that was disappointing. But yeah, with 10 men, and Southampton had a lot of the ball. I mean, the stats are like 65% possession, more passes, more shots, everything. Yeah, in the circumstances, I suppose a point's okay. But that's the best I can say about it.
I guess those possession stats changed after the sending off. And that's the annoying thing about it, because up until then, after a bit of a slow start again, we concede a goal very, is it sloppy? Is it a bit unlucky? Tobias, who tries to get a tackle in, sends in Walcott. All right, we concede a goal, but the response was good. It's particularly in the second half, got the goal back, deserved it. And it really seemed to me that I was like, I think we could go on and do this, but you can't win games with 10 men.
No, you can't. And if you do, it's because Saka whips in a brilliant ball and Rob Holding gets his head on it, and unfortunately it hit the crossbar. So we were, that was a bit unfortunate. I think with the Walcott goal, when you're down in the dumps, they always say it about on Match of the Day. They talk about relegation side. They say, oh, when you're down there, nothing falls for you. And actually, I can't believe I was saying this. I'm feeling that. You're thinking.
It seemed like that today. Yeah,
Gabriel and El Neni were both trying to press. They're trying to do the right thing, which is get stuck in, and it kind of ricochets, and suddenly Walcott's in and he scores. You're thinking, it's kind of bad defending, but it's also, I get the teams trying to get stuck in, trying to win the ball back, trying to be on the front foot. I thought the first half we really struggled, if I'm honest. There was some nice football. Danny Ceballos was brilliant, may I say, actually. I thought he was excellent. Him and Maitland-Niles, who stepped in for Bellerin and Xhaka, I thought was superb. So big credit to them. Saka as well. I thought they were very good, and it's worth mentioning. Second half, has been a bit of a theme actually, that we have a lethargic first half, and the second half we come out with a bit more fight. It's just a case of, can we do enough? And for another week, or another game running, we've not done enough. So yeah.
Let me spin it back right to the first half. Should we have had a penalty, Danny Ceballos?
With this VAR thing, they say they only overrule if it's clear and obvious. So they actually did the right thing, because it wasn't clearly and obviously a foul. But you've seen them given, and if
all season long, I've been seeing these contact. Oh, contact. One game. I forget the game I was watching the other day. Was it Brighton? I can't remember one of those games. It was minimal. I mean, Bruno Fernandes this season.
Yeah, was it the Robertson one on Welbeck when he sort of got his toe? Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. But was that?
It's a penalty, I mean, so in the context of what I've seen this season, I don't know. I'm really baffled now, because to me, if that would have been the other way around and we would have conceded a penalty, I would have said, boy, I don't think it's enough to send him down, but they've been giving those all season. Yeah. There's no consistency in what's going on, is there? It really isn't.
No, there isn't. And I think it's right to point that out. And I thought if it had been given, I don't think VAR would have overturned it either. So I think they were basically just happy for the ref's interpretation at the time. Disappointing. We've seen loads of them. But I think in general, I don't want to see fouls like that given as penalties.
You don't want to see it, James, but they've been given. I've seen it all season. Yeah. And that's what really annoys me, because I've seen these all season. Bit of contact, player goes down, pen.
Yeah, no, you're right. And maybe we're unfortunate in that.
So,
but,
you know, all of a sudden now, when that's how it just seemed to us. You know what I mean? I heard Ty was moaning about earlier, and I was sort of, you know, going back and forth with him. But I can see where he's coming from because we've seen those given.
Yeah, no, we have.
Again, that must be so frustrating for Mikel Arteta. Because, again, it's another thing that's gone against him. I mean, getting on to Arteta, does that make him live a longer time? I mean, you know, that result, is that a turning point for him? Is that something that wins him back a bit more favour with the fans, even though it's not a win? Or do you still feel that, you know...
I sort of have a positive and a negative. I'll start on the negative. I'd like to end this interview on a positive, actually. The negative was... I know a lot of people were actually all right with the lineup. I was very disappointed. I understand why he went back to the back three. I do get that. I just still think he could be... We've never seen Arteta really be inventive. I know Southampton are a good side. And I know they came and they played their football. And maybe he thought, if we are stupid, they will put another three past us. So I kind of get that. But he had David Luiz and Mustafi on the bench. No Smith Rowe. With Cedric as well, so you've got 3 defenders. There's only 7 places. Nketiah I thought did well. I was surprised he started. Mainly because I don't think Lacazette did enough to warrant being dropped. I mean, certainly didn't do anything that others haven't done. And I felt... I don't know. I wasn't overly joyed by the 11. I like to have seen Maitland-Niles in midfield and Cedric starting. David Luiz over Holding, I thought had a good game. So maybe I'm being proven wrong here. However, you know, despite my reservations with that, I will end by saying that the players definitely they're playing for him. I think the players looked stuck in. They looked like they came out firing. They were really trying. And I think at the moment what we're seeing is the team just simply not functioning because of A, the quality of player that we've got in our team, but B, the lack of confidence and the lack of cohesion. But I think there's still a lot of players that are definitely on board, I think.